Yo, man, welcome to the journalistdj.com. And next to me, I've got Shimza. Shimi, how are you?
Good, bro. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm relaxed. And
Always.
I'm always relaxed. And the past year has been quite interesting. And I've always wanted to chat to you because I feel like this past year has been really interesting for, Shimza.
Yeah.
Both personally and as the brand, because actually the past 2 years, because a lot of changes happened. But I feel like, hey, Amapiano gave you nightmares, because when Amapiano really blew up, you particularly were like, yeah, guys, as Afro Tech DJs, we need to wake up. Am I true by saying that?
It didn't give me nightmares, bro. Like, I was looking out for the culture,
Yeah.
It was not a nightmare, wet dream type of thing. It was like, this is what's happening, this is a culture shift. And for us to preserve our space and to preserve our sound, we need to step up, the same way the guys are doing, with taking this not just as music, holding the music. They had to start giving the music out, making sure that they're active. We create more events on the music, just to get the music back into people's hearts, And I mean, when we decided to go, you saw, we were moving, and we're still moving.
I saw, but I want to go back to the whole thing. Like, for me, I feel like that whole culture of like a person having a song that's hot and they're keeping the song for like a year or 2 years before releasing it. Where does it come from? Because for me, as an outsider, I'm like, it doesn't make business sense, because if you have a hot song, yeah, sure, you might have it like exclusive for like a month or two, but you must release it. But with like the tech guys, the Afro Tech guys, they'll have like a hot song for like a year, and people will be like, this song, we want the song, but you can't get it anywhere. So where does the whole thing come from?
I don't know, man. I think it's really exclusive. You wanna have a song exclusive to your sets for you and your friends. And I think the culture of Afro Tech was actually releasing music at its schedule. You know that you have a year schedule where you've scheduled your music, or okay, in the next 2 months I'm gonna drop this song, that song on this label, on that label, So it's more structured, more than like Spanaskasi, and this was basically because of how we want our music to be on certain labels from overseas, and those labels work in a specific way, But we saw it as guys holding on to music and not wanting to release the music, but they were basically running on a schedule to say, June, you are scheduled to release your song last week of June, Tolorke February, or it's even December, So that's what it was. But I think now guys are now independent. They've got their own labels, like Owanabo Ellen with Stay True. We've got the guys by Black Noise Music, Kususa, Argento Dust, So now guys are starting to release music as and when they want to, and that's how we are going to grow the sound.
Yeah. Very well put, Shimza. I have to say, I wasn't expecting that, but I want to touch on like the Afro Tech movement. From where we are in the country, it seems like, and Nota said this. I know you're not have like the whole thing, but Nota said it's like Afro Tech DJs don't make music for Africans; they make music for Europeans. Is that real?
It's where you want to place yourself. If your dreams are to go international, you're going to make music that appeals to the people that you want to play for. And I don't see that as a bad thing. There are guys that have made Afro Tech songs that made sense for the local market, and we're going to continue doing that. But it's very important for us to actually bridge that gap in between making sense for the local scene, which is our biggest market, honestly speaking, and also crossing over the music, because you also don't want to make music that's too European for the people back at home, because you don't make sense to people, But finding ways to make that cool, like I did Amapiano remixes to Afro Tech,
Yeah. I was gonna get to that.
Which made sense to almost both markets, where when I go overseas I could play a truly South African song, but in a way that make sense to that market that I want to penetrate, you know.
Sure.
So it's literally different strokes for different folks. There's no wrong way, you know.
You are too smart. Your own brand, and this is why we're here today. You know, Ballantines as a campaign called "There's No Wrong Way," and what it basically means is that, like, as a whiskey drinker, you know, like you can put ice, you can put whatever, you know, you can mix it with like lemonade or whatever. There's no wrong way to mix.
Yeah.
Even on the ad on social media, you know, we see you're like saying, even if you don't want to drink alcohol, it's all good. Which brings me to like my next question. Now there's a rise of like DJs everywhere, and now it's like some of them can't really beat match, some of them can, and we see like really big artists being booked everywhere. But if you listen to their beat matching, it's like, yeah, there's no wrong way, but it's like, there are those technical things. What's your opinion on that?
Bro, like we don't all hear music the same way. We don't have the same rhythm, you know. But with DJing, there's DJ 101, which is beat matching. You know, if you get that wrong, then you might have to go back and consider calling yourself a DJ, because that's the basic of what a DJ should be, you know. But right now, man, like, you can do whatever you want to do, bro. Like, if you want to be a DJ today, do it, you know. There's no wrong way to live. You know, do whatever you want to do, and if people want to appreciate you, Dlala Dipere, they must appreciate you. They like you for who you are, you know. So people must just do what they want to do. They must just dala.
They must just tell what they must.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you, Shimza. Last time I interviewed you, we were at the Hangout in Tembisa, your restaurant out there, and you know, you were recently like announced as the brand ambassador. How's that being like, you know, being like the brand ambassador for Ballantines?
It's quite dope, you know, because I feel like a lot of the things that they stand for as a brand is what ties into who I am. You know, I've never changed to suit any type of hype that's going on. You know, it's like, instead of switching to that hype, I find my way to sort of play in that space, you know. And that's how I've always done it, you know, so that I don't conform to what's relevant now, because it means tomorrow when something else is relevant, I need to jump to that, you know. So I've always stayed true to who I am, but obviously with adjustments here and there, with whatever I've done in my community, at home, Kokas with Mbisa, with the music, I just do myself, you know. And that's, I think, the basis of where there's no wrong way campaign stems from, you know, to say, be yourself, bro. You know, like, be yourself. People will either like you or not like you. They'll discuss you in a negative or a positive way, but as long as it doesn't affect who you really are, you know, and you just keep moving, bro.
Yeah, you just keep moving, and you have been moving. Like, I was surprised when I saw you launch a couple of projects that I'm gonna speak about now, because I'm still a bit confused myself. I'm like, what is UR? What is Kunye? And how the hell do I score an invite? How do I get in there? But let's start with UR, you know.
Yeah.
What is UR, bro? Is it a restaurant? Is it a club? Is it like, what's going on there?
UR is an Afro house movement, but it's a sexy, you know. We're introducing the sound to people in a very sexy way. If you look at the look and feel that you're going for, like a typical example would be our Instagram page. You know, house and Afro house have been synonymous to being for guys, Baunadi Bia, you know, chilling, and like hip hop has always been lifestyle, champagne, you know, and Amapiano now is like Hennessy, you know. So we're taking everything and putting it together and creating that identity that is now going to be Afro House, you know, so that people have a sense of identity. When they go to an Afro House event, they dress a certain way, you know, they feel good, they're going to enjoy the music, and that's what we're trying to form, you know. And I when I was sitting with the guys, I was like, the best way for us to push this music is to create a culture and a sense of a home for people, you know. That's why you see Kunye is sort of like a home. Like you feel like you're part of something, you know.
Yeah.
Now we have UR. People want to feel like they've got an invite, you know, to this thing.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
creating a home so that by the time we open it up to everyone, everyone just wants to grab a piece of it, you know. And when they get there, the music is a certain style. We've sort of built a community that understands the music, so that when people get there and they find us playing this certain style, they don't feel lost. They're like, actually, people are vibing to this thing. Let me give it an ear. And they get into it because the people around them are into it. That's why you see us when we have that DJ booth with people around.
Yeah.
And like you just feed off the energy of everyone around you, you know. So we just building that community bit by bit. Yeah.
So for me, but how do I score an invite though? Because if I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, I also want to be within that community, and it's like invite only. Like tomorrow, I saw a social media that's like invite only, but I'm like, how do I get there?
I mean, we have limited space, honestly speaking, you know, and we don't want to make it about the money to say, okay, ticket ke 100 rand, because then you don't have control of the people that come.
Yeah.
You are chasing money instead of creating something. Now you don't have the content that you want to put out to push this thing, you know, because you have the wrong look that's out there, you know. So for now, it's sort of like ask for an invite, and we'll give it to you. You know, we're not just going to open it up to people who just want to come for the hype, to say there's this thing called UR. We just want to be there. Like, do you love the music? Do you understand what it is that we are doing? Will you vibe with us? You know, we don't want to go through your Instagram or Twitter. No, champagne, you know, all looking cool. We want you to be there, to be free, go out there, have fun, so that when you see the video, you're like, actually, I'm that guy. You know, I'm that guy that's standing on top of that speaker. Like, we want those guys. We want people with a vibe that are there to enjoy the music, because we don't want this VIP lifestyle thing. Whoever who's there, there's less chairs, there's less tables, because it's about the music, not about who you are, what are you wearing, or what are you drinking. It's about the music and creating that community for the music.
You know what? And I love it, and I think it's important, especially for the Afro, you know, movement. But now talking specifically about Kunye, the record label, I know you got Blanca Mazimela out there. You know, you've got Flip. I just forgot it. Yeah. You know, I like. It just released a dope song. Tell me about, like, you know, that label, the Kunya stable.
The label is an outlet that started all this movement that you see. If you can remember, during lockdown, towards the end, we started the Kunya live streams, where we were sort of showcasing Afro House, but showcasing young guys that are making the music that a lot of people don't know. We had like the likes of Atmos Black, like we had Desiree, who was also playing here. Takapo, obviously people know about him, but people who are actively making the sound, and some that people don't know. So we created a platform where people can sort of put the face to the name, and to say there's a DJ Vitoto out there who's a brilliant producer. You know, I've never seen him DJ, and here's a platform where he can be himself and not feel like he needs to conform and play this and slow down or whatever. It's like, this is who I am, this is what I play, and the people around him enjoy it. So Kunya started as a record label, which is obviously an outlet where we're going to be releasing music from people like Bob Blanca that a lot of people might not know, you know, but they're brilliant producers, and we want to bridge that gap in between the international and the local market with a certain narrative, you know, to say we make South African Afro House, you know. It's not that European Afro House that you hear from there, but we are creating a label that will take the authentic South African Afro House and exporting it in the most perfect way overseas, like getting them remixes from international artists and DJs, so that they sort of get the love, more people know about them, and hopefully they can grow beyond that, you know. So yeah, we're just pushing where we can. You know, it might not be enough for some, but rise up. You know, you push it.
Hey Joe, how's I'm a pusher, and I know we're out of time. Like in the background, people can't see, but everybody's like, "Yo, time out, time out, time out."
Why?
Hey Joe, I'm calling. Now go for it.
Yeah.
Am I talking too much?
Let's dial up, boy.
Yeah, you know, cause like they're pressurizing me, and I'm like, "Yo, okay, cool." You know, cause I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying telling Shimza about the music. So, one of the things that I've picked up about like the Afro Tech community in particular is that like everybody wants the international market, and now we see Shimza, playing some island kai.
Yeah.
Sningning he's in Europe. Sningning, he's doing like different tours all over the globe. So as a kid that's like busy making beats on the PC at home, how would you advise them to kind of like have those international relations?
I mean, it starts here at home. You know, you need to build your audience here at home. You know, so that when you go out there, you have a proof of product. You know, a lot of people take that for granted, but when you go overseas, people ask, "What have you done where you come from?" You know, Ogas no to fella and like, but you know, like. Start where you're from, build that community from where you're from, and people look at such things for and I don't want to feel like I'm trying to use myself as an example, but a lot of people wherever I go, they tell me about my one-man show and what I've done and the music that I've done. Bro, I'm not an award-winning producer, but because of everything else that I've done, people take me seriously, but it's because I understood that the foundation was back here at home, and I can take that proof of product and sell it to the world, and not the other way around.
Very well put, and I agree with that, and I think it's important because a lot of people, especially with the Afro Tech scene, and I've noticed this, like a lot of the guys, they don't even care about the local market. They always say, "Nah, I wanna go to Europe. I want to tour wherever, Ibiza or whatever the case might be, and do my thing." But also, you specifically were in a Shimza. You are taking amapiano vocals, hold them in Afro Tech. How has the response been from the amapiano community about that, and in general?
It's been amazing. I haven't actually seen anyone complain or talk rubbish about it, and because the fusion is there, and I think a lot of people are seeing the vision of where I want to take this thing, like I said before, but there is a goal at the end of the time, like at the end of the day, to say we are exporting South African music, if when you want to take Summer Days, slow it down, sample it with piano and export it to the world, do that. If na kausan kinyakwenza remix ya adiwele, I need to do it in my way, push up the BPM and export it to the world. We are all exporting South African products, and that's where the thinking should be. Hey, I must hold on to this thing. Hey, it's my thing. No one must change it. Whatnot, bro. Dala. Like just rock. Imagine if Batbama Piano listened to people saying, "Hey, this is hood music. It's pop. What. It wouldn't be where it is now, And imagine if some of us were like, actually, Artwell in South Africa, let's concentrate on the international market and make European music. We would not have created stuff like Kunye and UR, which when we go overseas, we need to leave something here at home for the guys to continue plowing back and putting other people on, so that this machine keeps rolling. Europe during summer, nothing is happening back at home. We only come back kasama, and then we want to now do things, and we feel like other people can't do things. It's our thing, no one else can do it. There must be pockets of things, bro. Tanzuveli Kunye, Tanzuveli UR, Tanzuveli deep in the city. Tshwanetse something else that's created by someone else, you know. What Transmix Soul, they are doing something here, you know. So there needs to be pockets so that the music and the culture is accessible to people. Because without access to the music, but the masses are the people that need to support the music. But if it's not accessible, no one's going to support it, you know. So we try by all means to make the music accessible, and one day at a time, bro. Tanzania, bro. What's up?
Oh shit.
What piano Tanzania, bro?
Tanzania piano.
Tanzania have piano, you know, and they've got such a dope movement, you know. And I was like, actually, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna play Osama. I'm gonna play the music that's popping in the Afro house scene. I'm gonna play my remixes, Dama piano, so that people can know that this shit exists and it's dope, you know. And seeing the response from the people, I'm like, shit, people don't hate the music. It's just that it was not there for them, you know. And now they're seeing Bosama popping up. This is a dope song, and we are African, bro. Rato jive. You know, it's not like when something now this thing is faster than what we are used to, so therefore we are not going to dance. Bro, we used to dance to Bo Fetch Your Life, Bo Heavy K, and all of that. We're not just going to forget that. But Rona, as the producer, we stopped the supply. You know, we stopped the supply, and we thought people will wait for us. People jumped onto the next thing that was available. They were like, actually, this is our shit, you know. And the piano culture kept feeding them the music, kept feeding. Terrible songs, like good songs, brilliant songs, but they were busy feeding. And at the end of the day, what that does it creates a culture and a movement. People have a lot to choose from. So some like the ratchet one, some like the soulful, some like this. Now the producers are starting to develop the music. Now Toma Udor, okay, let's structure, you know. Asibe happy, the chords, it's nice now, you know, it's beautiful music. And that's how you Toma only rubbish me, bro, but as you go, you create something that then makes sense to people, and that's how people fall in love with it.
Man, very well put, and I appreciate that, you know, answer. Lastly, bro, you know, because I also don't want to keep everybody waiting for too long.
And I talk a lot.
No, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that about you. You know, AKA said, I think, on Instagram, there are more DJs now than ever before. Like, everybody's is a DJ now. It's crazy. And I want to hear your opinion. How do you feel about everybody knowing how to DJ and everybody getting gigs or whatever? Whether it's like, I don't want to make it about like girls or boys or whatever. Like, what's your response to everybody learning how to DJ, everybody DJing now?
Bro, like, if you love something, just do it, man. You know, like, people love music. They want to DJ, you know. Like, let them do it. There's nothing wrong, you know. If people want to book people that just started DJing, they like them, they see the value that they'll bring to their party or their event or their establishment, let them do that, bro. You know, like, this thing doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs to everyone. And I always say, people think things are for other people and not for them. You know, you feel like, I can't be a DJ because Shimza can't DJ. You know, he's a better DJ, so I can't be a DJ. Hey, my man, fuck Shimza. You know, I want to DJ. I'll DJ my own way. If my thing could mix a pair, I must get the mix a pair. What if that's like the thing that's going to make me pop? You know, people must just dial, bro. Must just do. If you want to be a DJ, rock.
I feel like you're being politically correct on that one, but okay. No, I'm just.
As I say, no one, like, not everyone can be a DJ.
No, that's what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, like, you know, like, if you want to be a doctor, you can't just be a doctor. You need to.
There's no formula to being a DJ. If you can learn how to beat match, like I said, if you can't get that part right, then you are not a DJ.
But that's the argument, though, and I think that's what I should have asked you. That the argument is like, we see a lot of, like, you know, DJs.
What bua straight or mang a khonu DJ. Why DJ? So
No. For me, I don't want to single out people, dog. I wanna.
hey, to remember, I don't know DJ, but we told the gig. Why I told the gig? Do I have a problem with them? Get our votes, or I have a problem or not?
No. I don't want to make it about, because now I don't want to start unnecessary beefs. My point is like, you know, like sometimes you see people that can beat match.
Boma.
Shimza.
Boma. Boo.
No, I'm not gonna mention names.
Why
but
not?
Because I feel like I don't want to make it about people. I want to make it about the industry.
Like an example, so I can tell you if you are wrong or right, or if that person, why I think that person is a DJ, and how they're getting it right or how they're getting it wrong.
Shimza, I want to say one thing to you. I appreciate your time, and you're the first guest, by the way, to make me not say shit. But for me, you know, like, hang on, the platform is not about talking about other people. The platform is about the dance culture, and it's about us addressing those issues. And you know, I'm not McG. I'm not gonna say to you, hey, Shimza, whatever. It's about the music, and you've answered me, and I appreciate your time, my brother. And lastly, I know you're also dropping music. What are you working on, and what can people look forward to?
There's a lot of music coming out of the label Kunye. Obviously, a lot of Afro Tech, Afro House, with a predominantly like an international strategy to the music, you know, where we're trying to, by all means, connect South African music with international artists, you know. I've got remixes from guys from abroad, people that you don't even know of, but who will make sense to where we want to go with the music, you know. And there's a lot of music coming from other people on the label, and people should just send demos, you know. Normally demo, but I asked for demos, and people started sending them a piano, and I was like, okay, we still need to educate people what Kunya is about, you know, and we're doing that bit by bit, and we'll start getting the right music and we'll put that out. Yeah.
Yo, man, Shimza, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. I feel like you were more spicy than I anticipated, but I love that. And you know, this platform, a lot of people come to the platform, they comment and they say, you know, you guys talk about like just music, you know, rubbish. But the thing is, guys, if you guys want gossip, if you guys want like that content where you guys talk about people's whatever, you know, we are talking about the music, we're talking about the culture here, and that's all we do. I even stopped Shimza. I know I was gonna get a lot of views from Shimza being spicy, but I didn't do that because that's not what we do. But anyway, shout out to Shimza. We appreciate you. The journalist DJ.com. Subscribe, share this video, and yeah, any last words, brother?
Yeah, people must do whatever they want to do, bro. If you wanna DJ, go DJ, bro. Like, no one must judge you. No one must tell you if we book you for the if we're now a jiver and like DJ, do that, man. Like, do you, boo.
Danko.